As a travel photographer, I love Micro Four Thirds so much. Micro Four Thirds cameras provide the best balance between size, weight, performance, and image quality. However, flagship smartphones nowadays do have great set of cameras and they can also take nice pictures. So the question is, do you still need a camera for photography when you travel? Is your smartphone camera good enough? Learn more in today's video.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss.
Today we are here in this beautiful little cottage overlooking the beautiful beach, the ocean, just really nice. I really enjoy the relaxing vibe right here with my wife. And I thought I want to spend a little bit time talking about Micro Four Thirds versus smartphone when it comes to travel photography. Do you still need a dedicated camera for travel photography, or is your smartphone more than enough? As we already know, smartphone nowadays can produce a nice image quality for most people when it comes to photography and video. And yeah, a lot of people has been asking me, do you still need a Micro Four Thirds camera or any camera in that matter, or is a smartphone, especially modern day smartphone, more than good enough? So I will try to share my opinion regarding that. I think now it's the best time since I'm traveling, I'm in the heat of the battle, if you want to say so, of travel photography. So yeah, in my opinion, I want to try to tackle this question from two sides. I want to explain both the strengths and the weaknesses of each device so that you can decide for yourself which one is better for you for travel photography: a dedicated camera, a Micro Four Thirds camera, or a smartphone. So first, let's talk about a dedicated camera. Over here I have my camera that I brought on this particular trip right now. It's the Panasonic Lumix GX85 or the GF9. It's a Micro Four Thirds camera. If you are a follower of my channel, you might already know I'm a huge Micro Four Thirds user. And this has some fantastic strengths when it comes to travel photography. First of all, image quality. It is very detailed. It is significantly more detailed in my opinion compared to smartphone. You can see more things inside of your picture, and then the dynamic range is much better, especially if you are shooting raw. And then also you can really pull on the shadows and highlight. Low light performance is also better. Next advantage of using a dedicated camera is that you can exchange the lens. This is an interchangeable camera system, so you can change lenses. Right here I have the mini telephoto lens. This is the Panasonic Lumix 35 to 100mm lens. It's really great for capturing some things that are far away, but if I want to shoot something that is closer to me, I can switch to a Panasonic Leica 50mm f1.7, a normal wide kind of lens. If I want something in between, I have the 20mm, so the options are endless. And also, using a dedicated camera, it's a dedicated device to take pictures and video. It's not an all-in-one kind of device where you can accept phone calls and make text messages and things like that. So it's more distraction-free in my opinion. Now let's talk about the weaknesses of using a dedicated camera for travel photography. My Micro Four Thirds camera, even though it is very small and compact, especially when you compare it to other camera format, it is still a separate device from my phone, so it will add some weight and it will eat some space inside of your travel bag. So when you're traveling by plane, you have that 7kg weight limit. This can add up to about 1kg when you count the camera bodies with the lenses. With my setup right now, it's about 700 grams, so not too bad, but still it can really add up a lot, especially if you add the accessories, extra batteries, SD cards and things like that. And another weakness is that technology is very limited with dedicated camera. It doesn't have that artificial digital depth of field effect to make the portrait more prettier, and then it doesn't have the auto HDR function, and then also it doesn't have digital stabilization to make your video smoother. And also in terms of shareability, it's very limited. Maybe the camera will have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and you can share things into your phone or your computer directly, but still you cannot really share it directly to your friends and families through email or social media or through text message. So yeah, that's the limitation of using a dedicated camera. Now let's continue with smartphone. This is my smartphone. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. This is not the newest flagship phone, and it's also not known for its camera capabilities, but I think it is still very relevant for our discussion of camera versus smartphone. Let's start with the strengths.
Hey friends, sorry for interrupting this video. Just a quick announcement, if you want to learn how to take better pictures, you should check out my course ebook called Simplifying Travel Photography. In this ebook, you will learn all the things that you need to know about travel photography and just photography in general. It is based on my 12+ years experience as an enthusiast travel photographer after visiting more than 20 countries around the world. And that includes composition, layering, storytelling, camera settings, mastering your lenses and focal lengths, best travel cameras, best travel lenses, travel photography gear, and many more, including plenty of sample pictures. If you are interested in getting this ebook and you want to purchase it, you can go to this link right here or scan this QR code right here using your phone, or you can go to the description below. I will put the link there as well. By purchasing this ebook, you will greatly help me to continue making high quality photography content on this channel. Thank you, and now let's continue with the video.
First of all, this is an all-in-one device. You can shoot pictures and video, you can edit, you can share only using a single piece of device. You don't need to switch to other device when you want to do different kinds of functions related to photography. So it's very convenient, it's very versatile, and then also it's very compact. That means that you don't really need to carry any other device or peripherals so that you can shoot, share, and edit. Next strength of using smartphone is that it has plenty of technologies built into it, especially in terms of software. There's auto HDR when you're shooting in backlight situation, and then there's also the portrait depth of field effect when you're using the telephoto lenses of your smartphone, and you can get that nice background blur even without large aperture and large sensor on your smartphone. And then there's also digital stabilization that really helps to smooth out your video footage, and then plenty of other technologies. It's really helpful and it's really useful as well. And also, I think modern smartphones are more than versatile enough for travel photography with their multiple lenses. On my particular smartphone, we have 3 different lenses. One is an ultra wide, and then the normal, and then the telephoto one. So it's more than enough in my opinion. I can do all sorts of different kinds of photography, scenery, landscape photography, portrait, and also just overall like bits and pieces when I'm traveling, food photography, and just the overall photograph of the buildings, the ambience, things like that. I know that it's limited because you don't have the ultra telephoto option, but I know some smartphones also have 10x telephoto zooms like the iPhone 15 Pro Max or the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, making them even more versatile for travel photography. Now let's talk about some weaknesses when using smartphone for travel photography. First of all, image quality. Although this is maybe more than good enough for most people, I personally think that the image quality of smartphone pictures is not gonna be as good as the image quality of a dedicated camera. You'll have more detail when you're shooting with a dedicated camera. With smartphone, because the sensor is significantly smaller, then you cannot really see that much detail. The dynamic range has to be helped with the auto HDR and things like that. Also, your smartphone again is an all-in-one device. It is also your phone, it is also your mobile banking. You'll get notifications, you'll get emails, things like that. And that can be a distraction, especially when you're doing photography with your smartphone. Maybe you are just composing a nice picture or waiting for the right moment before you snap the picture, and then suddenly, boom, there's a text message and your phone vibrates. Boom, suddenly a phone call and you have to pick it up, and then the moment is gone. So yeah, it's a little bit distracting. And that leads nicely to my next point. It's risky to use your phone for travel photography, in my opinion. Again, this is an all-in-one device. You use your phone to make phone calls, for text message, for email, for mobile banking, for payment, for maps. So when your phone breaks, maybe you're shooting in a dangerous environment, windy environment, and your phone fall down, or maybe you're shooting in a shady environment when there are pickpockets and you lose your phone, it could be disastrous for your entire trip. So which one is better for travel photography? Dedicated camera or smartphone? I think the answer really depends on your preference and priority. If you prioritize convenience, you don't really care about image quality as long as it is more than good enough, then I think smartphone is a better choice for you. If you want a better image quality, significantly better image quality than your smartphone, then I think a dedicated camera is a better choice for you. Now you might be asking, Gary, what's your preference? And the answer is, I'd like to combine both dedicated camera and smartphone for travel photography. If I want to do serious photography while I'm traveling, or if there are some important things that I need to capture, then I will use a dedicated camera. I will be guaranteed that I'll get the best result using my Micro Four Thirds cameras and lenses. However, if it's just for casual photography when I'm traveling, or maybe for recording some B-roll videos, I will switch to my smartphone because it is faster and more convenient.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is